averaging the whole year and to the particular or the global prices. So it won't give an accurate idea, but it will still give you an estimation and projection that how I should quote my pricing compared to other countries which been mentioned over here, right? So in few countries you can penetrate those particular market by reducing the prices, but wherever there is a China, you cannot reduce the prices, because if you reduce by 10%, China will reduce by 20%. You will start making loss at 10% reduction, China will still make profit at 20%. This is how normally it works. Now we do a little bit more analysis. So we again come to inputs. Now what are our key markets? So the US was there, UK was there, Nigeria was there, and Kenya was there, right? So we take one or two in that particular order. So I take this US. So now I will understand US imported $29 million this particular product. But if I want to understand from which countries and how much value it imported, I just need to click this US. $10, $10 million India exported to US and US imported from India. Correct? Second is Germany. Third is Canada. So US सबसे ज्यादा इंडिया से इंपोर्ट करता है. ख्याल आई गया पड़ा सर आइडिया?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, interesting.
Yes.
So you don't have competition as far as US market is concerned. That is what I can for sure say. I am not a product master, but out of this particular data, मेरा interpretation यही कहता है कि US में अपने अलावा कोई ज्यादा है ही नहीं. And so यहाँ पे there is no absolute no requirement to reduce your prices in any ways, because anyhow we are doing at number one. And our next competitor is less than 50% of what we are doing, that is Germany. And Canada, just next door neighbor, is not even touching the figure of $5 million. China, a huge world factory, so-called manufacturer of the globe, is not even touching figure of $3 to $4 million.
But sir, unit value is very low for India, so there are chances कि तुम थोड़ा प्रीमियम पे भी जाके बेच सकते हो ना अभी.
कर सकते हैं प्रीमियम पे कर सकते हैं. मैं इसलिए बोलता हूँ कि प्राइस रिडक्शन का तो कोई गुंजाइश है ही नहीं यहाँ पे.
बराबर.
उसको बढ़ाने का चांसेस है, दैट इज स्कोप, क्या उसको बढ़ा सकते हैं. दैट इज स्टिल यू कैन डू समथिंग, या फिर यू कैन प्ले अराउंड विद द ब्रांडिंग. यू कैन you can make some partners over there. I don't know how your product is getting sold in that particular market, through dealers, distributors, through the online formats, through the procurement companies. So वो थोड़ा उसमें research करके but then US is absolutely fantastic market for it. Similarly, if I select few other market of this particular product, so Nigeria was there and then Kenya was there, so I could find only 25 countries. Nothing to worry, I will put here 100 per page. So now I have at least 100 countries over here. And if I find say for an example, there was a Nigeria and then
Brazil was also there.
Brazil was also there. Okay, so here we have Brazil. Yeah, Brazil is $2 million. If I click Brazil, let's see which country is there. Here it is China. Here it is India. You are at par almost with China.
Very close. Yeah.
Very close. But if you consider the prices, it is $11 for China. It is $7 for India. So now here I will, I can think of reducing some prices, because I hope beyond 11 or 10, it won't be viable for China to go down further. So,
but this is the same thing you mentioned, no? If there's a war with China, to reduce your prices, you
yes,
should
but agreed. But if it had been 8 instead of 11, I would have strictly said no. But then the gap is still $3. So if you can make this 6.5, I think you can penetrate the Brazilian market.
Understood. Okay. Yeah.
Right, but don't go beyond that. And even at this point of time, there is no absolute requirement to go. But if you want to still penetrate into market of Brazil, you can reduce
Of
some
course.
prices. But in US, absolutely no need.
Got it.
Right? Because you have a scope of at least $4 here. So if $1 here and there, ज्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. तो अगर आप पेनिट्रेट कर सकते हो तो एक आध डॉलर कम करके चले जा सकते हो.
Right.
है ना? This is how you see. So now another country was say Nigeria, जो बड़े पैमाने पे थोड़ा बहुत कर रहा था. So if I click Nigeria, I will find who are exporting to Nigeria. Again India, you know, 896,000 rupees. Correct?
Ankit sir, are you sharing the screen?
हाँ screen है, दिख रहा है screen.
I'm not able to see it. Else, anybody else?
Yes, it's okay. Visible.
Visible है ना?
Oh, is it
नावेद
visible?
कुछ आपके वहां पे कुछ लगता है
Visible.
issue है.
Sure.
Visible है ना सबके लिए, बाकी सबके लिए.
Yes, yes.
ठीक है. अब देखिए यहाँ पे India is
Yeah.
9 and Italy is 22 and China is 8. So यहाँ पे I won't say you should reduce prices because यहाँ पे it is very close.
Got it.
Hardly $1 का फर्क है. मतलब it can be dangerous. So don't play with that. You start visiting country of Nigeria, meet people, क्योंकि वहां पे अफ्रीका में people are more social, culturally more inclined to India than to China. Number one.
Yes.
If it would have been US or Europe, I would have said, कोई जाने की जरूरत नहीं है भैया. Oh, they are not interested in meeting you and they are not interested in even seeing my face. So they are only a business oriented. But then these markets of Arab nations or say per se Middle East, Africa, they are fond of people. They love talking. They love chit chat. They love to discuss business even on dinner table or during drinks. So visit
Nice.
them, make friends, make some good network, make some connection, find some commissioning agent, get to know people there, buying segment, and then perhaps you can do wonderfully as far as Nigeria is concerned.
Understood.
Correct? Now, if I take Kenya, केनिया में भी इंडिया है. मेरे हिसाब से यहाँ पे भी प्राइस कम करने की जरूरत नहीं है.
Yeah.
वी आर एट 7, पाकिस्तान एट 10. वैसे भी गया गुजरा कंट्री है, कुछ मत करो, शांति से वहां पे जाओ. केनिया में there is a huge Indian diaspora. Meet people, meet embassy people, and ask embassy people to share the list of buyers वगैरह वो सब, and then you make at least 5-day visit plan. Not immediately, take few appointments, start preparing your website, do send emails, do send brochures, try to connect with them through WhatsApp. WhatsApp में कहाँ कहाँ पे connect करोगे? In the markets of Africa, Southeast Asia, Middle East. These three region people are mostly available on WhatsApp. China WeChat is okay. Otherwise, in Europe, no one is available on WhatsApp or any chat. In US, people are not interested in WhatsApp chat. In Australia and New Zealand, people are not even they don't even care who are you, right? So there, people are not interested in those social platforms. But in US, LinkedIn absolutely works fantastic. So when it comes to US, તમે LinkedIn નું એક પેજ બનાવો તમારી કંપનીનું and then start connecting to your end use segment or any of your target audience through LinkedIn. There are a high chance of getting the first touch. I don't say you will get business. I pray and I wish and we hope that you get business. But then probability of those first touch point increases to very large extent when you are on LinkedIn.
Understood. Yeah, we're part of digital marketing, I guess.
Part of digital marketing.
Yeah.
Correct. So this is how you connect Kenya. Now, if you come to United Kingdom, that is your last country, which have some potential. Okay, this is United Kingdom. Okay. So when we talk about UK, it is Germany number 1, Austria, China, France, Italy, India is here. So even though UK, when we check over here,
market has increased.
5 to 6 crore हुआ है, 9% से increase हुआ है, but not that substantially vis-a-vis other 5 or 7 largest market. So even Egypt is supplying more than what we are, strangely.
Understood, yeah.
I could understand Italy, Spain, France, Austria, neighboring country है तो ठीक है. China because of its competitiveness ठीक है, लेकिन ये Egypt क्यों इतना कर रहा है? Very strange. Of course, because of geographical अपने से connected, because northern horn of Africa it connected to the Mediterranean Sea, यूरोप से थोड़ा close है तो करता होगा, but then very 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 surprising this particular data is. And again, if you see, the prices are much higher than that of India, 18 and 12.
Yeah.
So यहाँ पे प्राइस कम करके भी क्या करोगे? You don't have any scope of price reduction,
I think
because
we should go with the same price, but try to penetrate in some other way, like good
because
quality.
a country like Spain, who believes in very good quality, being an European Union nation, is offering product at 10.
Of
अब
course.
कितना नीचे जाएंगे अपने?
Good, yeah.
So this is how you play around with the markets to and fro. Who all are the importers? Who all are the exporters? Exporters कहाँ पे export किया है? Importers कहाँ से import किया है? At what value? Where India stands? Where we can reduce price and enter into market? Where we need not change prices even a bit? मैं आधा पौना डॉलर भी कम नहीं करूंगा, मैं वहीं का वहीं रखूंगा, but then I will try to meet people. I will try to get connected with the markets. Understood? This is overall
Yeah.
how it works. Clear for the other participants as well, or any queries or any doubts so far? Okay. So we can take this forward. Clear. Fine. So I'm not taking another HSN code because of time constraint, but then I'm showing you the path. So tools would be given, but then my karma and my dharma is to show you that how those tools work basically, and then you can of course expose. So here you need to get your email ID and proper registration one time, lifetime. Here in first website, no login required. Even in third website, there is no login required. This is a very good website, Indian Trade Portal, another government of India website, where I will put the 6 digits HSN code. I try to click this find, and then I come to the second page. So here it is import, export. So I want to export my fundamental idea. So I will click export. There are participants who are also might be importing few things from China. They can click import. So here it was 30, right? So I will click this 30, and then again click this next button. This is very easy. And now you will come across those top 25 countries. So you will have a list of 150 countries actually. So SAARC nations, you have another few countries of Maldives, वगैरह, and then you have ASEAN nations, which is group of 11 countries. जहाँ पे Maldives वगैरह सब, Mauritius वगैरह जो आ गया. Eastern Europe, European Union वगैरह, you have 27 plus UK, another group of 35 countries that includes Switzerland, etc. Gulf nations, that is your Kuwait, Oman, Bahrain, Qatar. You have Mercosur, Brazil, Argentina. You have Eastern European like Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan. You have Eastern African, Burundi, Kenya. List developed nations of Africa, and you have a list of other fragmented countries in the other countries, another list of 25-30 countries. So you have a huge list of 150 countries. Any product going from India to any of these countries, you will be able to find import duties in just one click. You will be able to find whether there is a free trade agreement between India and my selected markets or not. You will be able to find what all are the government incentives. You will be able to find. So we try to understand all these four aspects in this just one website. So हमारा market कहाँ पे था? तो बोले US. It was in UK, and there were Nigeria and Kenya. तो Nigeria मुझे कहाँ मिलेगा? So I will be able to find in Kenya, in Eastern African nation. ठीक है? And then there is a country of Nigeria. ठीक है? Nigeria, Kenya, UK, और यूएई ले लेते हैं. यूएई में कुछ कर रहे थे. I will take it. Will allow you 5 countries in one slot,
Okay.
and then another 5 countries. So every slot you have 5 group of countries. Nothing to do, just click this next button. Out of this, you select the first one. There are chances that in few countries there are more than 5-10 HSN code getting reflected, but you need to click the first one because since it is the nearest to what we have selected. Just click next button, and in this format, you will find information in just one page. So this got updated in April, May, June, July, 15th April, it got updated. So UAE, you can see first country, it is mentioned 0, it is mentioned 5. Out of this, which I need to select, you always select the lesser value. You select 0. Why? The logic is this, that since there is a free trade agreement between India and UAE signed in May 2022, before that, prior to this FTA, it was 5%. But because of this free trade agreement, which is mentioned here, comprehensive economic partnership agreement, it is 0%. So this is the effect of FTA, correct? When you talk about UK, there is 6, there is 2.5, and there is 0. Which, Ankit, which I should consider? Always consider 0, whichever is lesser. Why? Because as I've shared on 15th July onwards, anything going from India, so 99% product going from India to UK will have 0% duties. That is the reason why it is going to increase compared to this year. So when I showed this data in UK, it went from 5.7 CR to 6.2 CR prior to signing of agreement, which was implemented on 15 July recently, 5 days back. So that's the reason why I was, very sure, pretty sure that this 6.2 will become 16 crore. It will be increasing in the range of 15, 20, 25%. That's the logic. So this is UK. Another country is US. So 2.4% and additional duty with effect from June 50%. But now from July it would be around 10%. But I think they have not changed to the 10%. So in US the duties are very high. So US is a good market, but not at 50%. So now you need to understand whether you should focus upon US market in first year or you should take this market in the second year.
Yeah.
Correct. Another is Kenya, 10% flat. Nigeria, 20%. So when you talk about East Africa, it will be in the range of 10%. So Kenya, Burundi, Tanzania, Uganda, this would be in the range of, normally for all Indian products, it would be in the range of 5 to 10%. But when you talk about Northern Africa or say Western Africa, it would be in the range of 20 to 30%. So this is how it works. So there the duty structure are very high. So Nigeria is a good market. You should visit Nigeria because India is still doing very well in spite of 20% import duties into that market.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how you understand the import duties, you understand the FTA and whether your product is covered in that FTA or not. Clear? We come to this particular duty drawback. So now we understand what all areas I need to understand. Here they have mentioned free. Free means the product is not restricted, neither prohibited. Because there are 3 types of product category which is divided into 3 spectrums by Government of India. One is free, so 95% products are free to export. Second category is restricted, where government say you can of course export, but you need to have DGFT permission and license. And then there are prohibited products which are absolutely prohibited. So peacock, you cannot export. The feather of peacock, you cannot export. Because being national bird, you cannot export this kind of products. But your products falls under the category of free. Duty drawback. So on your product, you get a straight away duty drawback benefit of 1.2%. So if you export 100 CR, you get 1.2 $100, you will get $1.2 in your bank. When you talk about interest subvention, it is basically a financial scheme, basically a working capital loan interest subsidy. So if you have an order of 50 lakhs, but you are unable to execute that 50 lakhs orders because you don't have a raw material of 20 lakhs rupees. So you will be availing a loan facility from bank, say for an example, at a rate of 8% to 10%. Now, if you follow this scheme and if you ask your CA to apply for this scheme, you will get subsidized from that 10%. So rather than 10%, you will be now required to pay only 7.25%.
Okay.
Correct? But provided you have to show the purchase order, you have to show the confirmed purchase order, you have to show the performa invoice and other document to avail this benefit. But then this is available through your CA, you can make this happen. When you talk about RoDTEP, you have 1.1% benefits. So 1.2% benefit under duty drawback scheme, 1.1% under RoDTEP scheme. So total 2.3% and 2.75 when you talk about working capital loan. So total benefit in the range of roughly 4.75 to 5%.
Is it the normal range or like it varies product to product?
It varies from product to product, of course. So
Okay.
if you are a merchant exporter, if you don't own a manufacturing layout or factory, and if you select textile products, say for an example, linen shirt or cotton shirt, and when you export ready-made garments, fabrics, or say the suiting, shirtings material to any of the nation, to 20 countries, government is giving you benefit in the range of 6% to 8.25%. So then there is a very huge jump. So what you are getting is 1%, there you are getting 8%.
Got
सो
it. Okay.
सो कभी कभी तो 8% लोगों का नेट प्रॉफिट मार्जिन भी नहीं होता है ना, कुछ
Right.
प्रोडक्ट्स में, और मोस्ट ऑफ द
Yeah.
प्रोडक्ट्स. So the government is giving benefit because the textiles is a sector which is basically employment generating sector. तो उसको नजर में रखते हुए गवर्नमेंट ने वहां पे काफी बेनिफिट दिया हुआ है, 6 to 8%. Clear? So this is how you understand your GST. 5%, 5%, 80%, 80%, depending on what you are kind of which product category you are dealing with. So you have this kind of data and information, and with when you use just 3 websites, all for free. Correct? Any doubt, any queries, clear? Perfect?
Yes. All good.
All good? Fine. Now, when we talk about this particular website, say for an example, 10times.com, I won't go into the trade fair exhibition details of it. It would be only possible when we go for maybe perhaps in future 1-to-1 session where we talk about only your product, and we talk specifically. We form this strategy in that 1 hour, and then make the roadmap. But then, of course, this is again, you need not even login. Of course, login facility is there, but you can skip. I've never logged into this kind of. So here, what we need to understand is what all are the trade fair exhibition happening across world for your particular product sector. So here we don't talk about products. So now we talk about macro level. We talk about micro level. We talk about only your product, how much it's going from India, what is happening to your product globally, who all are the top competitors countries for your product, for your product, in which country you have FTA for your particular product, what is happening into the import duty segment, what is happening into the government benefits. So now from that micro, we talk again about macro, what is happening across sector. So here you won't be able to find product specific trade fair exhibition happening across globe, but you will be able to find sector specific. So if your product is engineering, there are a lot of engineering exhibitions happening. If your product is food, a lot of say there are 10,000 different trade fair exhibition happening under the food sector. That includes processed food, that includes spices, that includes your fresh fruits and vegetables, that includes food processing machineries, that includes food processing catering services, and number of products. But of course, you will be able to find your target audience even in that area. So let us, for an example, let us talk about here. You have a lot of categories like building, construction, power, wellness. Let us, for an example, take building and construction. So I just click randomly building and construction. So now when you scroll down in this on this website, you will be able to find 3 segments: trade shows, conferences, and workshops. You will always click trade shows. The reason is, in when you talk about trade shows, you talk about market, you talk about buyers, you talk about sellers. But when you talk about conferences or summit or conclave, those kind of formats, there is a lot of knowledge sharing. There are a lot of people coming from research and academia background and sharing what is happening in the AI, how AI is helping industry 4.0. सब ज्ञानबाजी, सब knowledge sharing platform रहता है. So वहां पे you won't be able to find your buyer, your sort of what you are looking. So always click trade shows. That will give you the exact idea of the pulse of market, what is happening, where and how. So here you will find cities. So how many trade fair exhibition about my sectors happening in London, Dubai, Las Vegas, and those cities? But I would rather recommend to select a country. So for example, if I select US and then I try to understand what is happening in building construction sector in US. So in July there is a exhibition called scaffold and access industry happening. In which city is happening, in on which date it is happening, we will be try to explore those information, and then you try to understand what is the importance of that particular trade fair exhibition. So for an example, this is happening in August. Okay, I will click this Oklahoma, right? Then I will click another trade fair exhibition called in US, which is say for example, conference I won't touch. I would be able to find much information over there. Okay. So this will show you, this will show me throughout the year what is happening in which city and which country. San Diego real estate. So now I have two exhibitions. One is this, another is this. Now, Oklahoma renovation happening in Oklahoma, USA on this particular date from 31st July to 2nd August. So from today itself, how many visitors are and exhibitors are there? I will be able to find over here. Estimated turnout, 10,000 visitors. Exhibitor, there are 500 exhibitors. So a reasonable level of, it's a good show which is happening with good number of visitors, good number of exhibitors. If I click this estimated turnout, there are no visitor mentioned and exhibitors are between 100 to 500. I am talking about San Diego, which is happening on 6th August, Real Estate Investment Business Expo. So compared to this San Diego, I am able to find a bigger market when I go to Oklahoma. So this makes more sense to attend or to participate or to just go as a visitor. So this is how you understand freely what is happening in your country. So once you go through this first website of India exports to the world, we have identified 5 countries: UK, US, UAE. We have identified Nigeria and Kenya in Africa, right? And Brazil in Latin America. So I have only 7 countries to find over here in on this website of what is happening, what are the major trade fair exhibition happening. So Nigeria, I told that you visit Nigeria, you meet that people one to one, you try to understand the market. So when you visit Nigeria, try to see what trade fair exhibition are happening in that particular month of your visit to Nigeria, Lagos. So apart from seeking appointments from 15 different people during your 5 days stay in Nigeria, you will come across automatically 50, 60 players which are likely to visit that particular trade fair exhibition. So 50, 60 people over there, randomly you just exchange your visiting card and brochure, and then 15 you meet one on one at their office, at the factory, at the showroom, at their warehouse, those kind of formats, at some cafeteria, at some dinner, and then you will be able to meet at least 50, 60 people in just span of 5 days. So this is how you make your initial touch point. So if you have this kind of information, everything is accessible in across globe at the tip of your finger. Correct. So again, I will be sharing this particular website. It's already been shared with you. There are 2 websites to look at exhibition trade fair happening globally. One is tradefairdates.com, which is again a very good website, and even the 10times.com, again a very good website, which I just show you. And then we already had this Indian trade portal. IceGate, currently you are not required to visit this website, because basically for importers who wants to check the custom duties, who wants to check what all other certifications requirement, mandatory, for an example, if I want to import, say, electric cycle from China, then BIS certificate is required. Now, many of us are aware of BIS certificate, but many of us are not aware whether it is mandatory or not. Many of us are not aware what other certifications are required in India if I want to import something. So it is basically more for import. But you yourself have to get registered with this IceGate website through your forwarding agent at least 15-20 days, 1 month before you either import something or export something. That is a mandatory, because without registration with ICEGATE, your customs clearance won't be happening as such. Right. So that's the reason why that has been mentioned. But again, not going into detail. But when we take one to one, and if someone is importing something, then we will export this particular website. So for your understanding, I also mentioned the path of Indian Trade Portal, what you need to do: step 1, step 2, step 5. And once you do step 5 and click next, what all information you are going to get, all 5 different information you will get, I have mentioned. Because it happens, you are aware, since we are doing live and very, realistically, we are doing practical activities, you are aware. But after 2 days, once you have this website, you might be unable to, catch up the path which I showed you. So that's the reason why, that has been mentioned clearly. Nothing much I won't talk about. FTA is just to give an example how FTA happens. So here just a hypothetical example I have shown: 500 products getting exported to Malaysia. In the same year, Malaysia exports 1,000 products to India. Malaysia government, India government sits across, negotiate and discuss the possibilities of increasing trade between their countries. And they finally decided we take 50% of products. So out of 500 products imported by Malaysia, Malaysia selects 250 products. And out of 1,000 products India imports from Malaysia, India takes 500 products. So where currently the 1,500 products are getting exchanged, the total is $2 billion. And currently the import duties is 20% per se. Hypothetical example, just to give an example. Now, this country has decided, two countries, that we will reduce our import duties for 50% of the products, that is plus a 750 products out of this 1,500 products. And once we get down at 0% duties, there are all chances that the total trade between bilateral trade between these two countries will increase from 2 and become 5 billion, 4 billion, 3 billion, 2.5, 2 and 25. So this is how it works on the principle of economics, which we all studied in our 11th standard. Once you reduce the prices, other things being same, the demand will increase. This is the same principle the macroeconomics also follow. So to give it flair and flavor of how FTA work, it actually works, and this is how I just showed with the example. RCMC, I have already shown. So these all are the documents required for getting membership. IC is mandatory. GST is mandatory. Your cancel check, you would be having cancel check because you do have your bank current account. MSME, that means your Udyog Aadhaar registration, we all have. That is also free of cost. And a letter from CA, a chartered accountant, mentioning what is your export turnover in last financial year. So the benefits of RCMC I have mentioned. Before I get into the foreign buyers, let me quickly take you to this list of, say for an example, what all are the. I will also share the 27 export promotional councils with you. But then before that, let me share how this works so that you practically understand Engineering Export Promotional Council, for an example. So there are 27. I am just would be able to click one for your understanding. Engineering Export Promotional Council, just mention EPC India. Yeah. So can you see this website? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So members benefit. So when you click this member benefit, you will find what all are the benefits available. So Engineering Export Promotional Council also says there is an MAI scheme, Market Access Initiative schemes, under which you can avail a benefit in the form of, see, in engineering products, there are buyers who will insist to do a third party inspection. They won't trust your laboratory. They will say, yeah, we don't trust your laboratory, we don't trust you, but we will trust you only if you do the quality inspection from SGS or Intertech. Now, once you take your product to this kind of agencies, the cost is very high. It in the range of 1 lakh rupees minimum, 2 lakh rupees, 75,000. Now, this EPC says, if you are a member of our institution, we will straight away reimburse to the 50% of the total test analysis cost during the year and to the maximum limit of once a year. So एक करोड़ तक तो पहुंचेंगे नहीं हम लोग, बट ये एक आई एग्जाम्प्लीफाई इन लोगों ने करके दिया है. सो इफ योर टोटल कॉस्ट इज 1 lakh rupees during the year, they will reimburse in the range of 50,000 rupees straight away. This is how this benefits works for the member. Correct? Now, if I go becoming a member, 6,500 rupees. If your export turnover is less than 30 lakhs rupees in last financial year, ये latest है 26-27 का मैं दिखा रहा हूँ. Only 6,500 rupees you get a lot of benefit. They will also share kind of trade inquiries with you. So events, forthcoming events, I have just clicked, and you have a Middle East Energy coming on 3rd September, 1st to 3rd September. So if your products deal with transformer, if you are dealing with transformer cores, wound cores, electrical equipments, then this is the one of the best place to be there. There are 45,000 visitors expected and there are 1,900 exhibitors. हमने अभी यूएस में देखा था, आप लोगों को देख पता चला था, there were 100 to 500 exhibitors, and in Oklahoma में there were 500 exhibitors. यहाँ पे उसके 4 times है, 1900 plus exhibitors, यानी कि 2000 exhibitors ऐसे हैं होंगे जहां पे they will be having their own booth and stall. So understand the scale of this particular trade fair exhibition. Their analysis they have given, product profile, automation control system, cable installation, switch cables, energy, ट्रांसफॉर्मर्स मैंने ऑलरेडी बता चुका हूं, सोलर, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स ऑलरेडी बता चुका हूं. सो अगर इनमें से आपका कोई भी प्रोडक्ट कैटेगरी है तो यहां जाना जरूरी है और एडवाइजेबल है. So participation charges, if you are participating having a booth or stall, the 9 square meter will have a 81,000 rupees per. So 81,000 multiplied by 10 कर लो, 8 लाख में आपको पड़ेगा. One side built up, so that includes your total built up with all your furniture, fixtures वगैरह, other service सब आ गया. Correct? So this is how मोड ऑफ पेमेंट लिखा हुआ है. अच्छा, इसमें क्या होगा, 8 lakhs में आपको रिसेप्शन काउंटर मिल जाएगा, 3 चेयर मिल जाएगा, 1 राउंड टेबल, 2 वुडन शेल्व्स, 1 पावर सॉकेट, 1 डस्टबिन मिल जाएगा, कारपेंटेड फ्लोर हो जाएगा. दिस इज हाउ इट वर्क्स. The rates mentioned above are subsidized in comparison with the normal rates offered by fair authorities. Since you are a member, you will get this 81,000 rupees. Otherwise, it would have been 90,000 rupees or 1 lakh rupees. I don't. लेकिन ये मेंबर होता आप 81,000, तो कल ही मेंबर बन जाओ. जाने से पहले 5 डॉक्यूमेंट अपलोड करना है, इसके मेंबर बनना है. करेक्ट? दिस इज हाउ this EPC and all export promotional councils is going to help you out. And then there are a lot of other exhibition happening, not only abroad, but even here also in India, a lot of things happening. Publications, resources, trade associations, and Indian Embassy, you will get a lot of trade inquiries you will get once you become a member of this kind of institution. Correct? Easy to understand so far? Good. Yeah. So let me close this. Now we come to yet another segment of finding bias. Okay, so we still have 30 minutes. We'll spend 30 minutes on this particular aspect. So once we have identified the market for Mr. Patel, he shared that his product is this HS, but we identified UK, US, UAE. We have identified Nigeria, Kenya, in Africa. We have identified Brazil in Latin America. So these 7 markets once we have identified. Now what all are the sources from which I can find bias? So I have one slide for you guys. 11 ways in which you can find the bias. In my 24 years of experience, been to more than 22 countries, इससे ज्यादा मुझे कोई बायर का सोर्स नहीं मिला कि हो सकता है। जो भी बायर मिलना है वो यही 11 तरीकों से मिलना है, you know. So on your left, marked in yellow, the free of cost sources है, where you can find the bias without spending a single penny. On your right side, you have a sources of buyer which you need to spend something on it, at times very heavily. So for example, first we take the sources with cost and investment. So that is say personal visit to buyer's country. We have, if Mr. Patel is going to Nigeria for 5 days, he will be spending at least 3 lakhs, 2 lakhs rupees per country. So if you are 3 countries targeted in first year, your investment or cost will go in the range of 8 to 9 lakhs rupees, which is very important because normally when we talk about exploring the global markets, hardly we will get some orders. If we don't go to market, we are not going to get any order. As simple as it is. In domestic market, you are doing well, you are getting business because you are moving into the market. Some of you are moving into markets for like 10, 15 years. So you are very active. Same principle applies to global markets as well. But the idea is considering my budget, considering my homework, if I am visiting market, then there is a huge cost involved. So my homework starts and it continues for 3 months before I actually visit any country. So if I plan to visit Nigeria in the month of November, my inputs, my efforts will start from day zero, from today itself. So one is personal visit to buyer, another is B2B website, Alibaba, India Mart Trading. Alibaba package will start from 1.5 lakh rupees, and then you need to do a lot of activities in the context of marketing and promotion and listing your products. So that will add to another 50,000 rupees. So 2 lakh का बजट हो जाएगा Alibaba में अगर आप कर रहे हैं। बट अगर आपका प्रोडक्ट अलीबाबा में बिकने वाला है नहीं है, नो वन नोस. सो अलीबाबा इज गुड फॉर फ्रूट प्रोडक्ट्स, एग्रो प्रोडक्ट्स, स्पाइसेस, handicrafts, handloom. Okay. Electronic product like which Mr. Patel shared, Alibaba doesn't make much sense considering my experience. It may work, it may not, but मुझे नहीं लगता कि उसमें जाना चाहिए. So don't go with second number. First number जाना है, buyer visit करना है. Third is website promotion through digital marketing. Again, depending on his particular product characteristics, we need to understand digital marketing won't have much effect except LinkedIn marketing. And that too for US and European. African market are not interested in LinkedIn. Nigerian fellow का LinkedIn पे accessibility का सवाल ही नहीं होगा. हो सकता है वो होगा ही नहीं LinkedIn पे. Most of the traders, distributors in Nigeria, Kenya, traders, wholesalers, they doesn't have their LinkedIn profile. So वहां पे LinkedIn is not going to help. US, it would be a benchmark. SEO मत कराए, इनके प्रोडक्ट के लिए ज्यादा इस्तेमाल नहीं होगा तो मत जाए. Fourth is exim data from private agency, which are now basically a banned. So you won't get much data. You will be able to get fetch data from sources like Volza, from Dollar Business, from companies like Exim Guru, Export Genius, Import Genius, Zoba.com, but an accuracy is not more than 30-40%. So even if I buy that particular data, which is very costly affair, the data, the prices starts from say $1,500. So roughly 1.5 lakhs, it goes up to 2.5, 3.5 lakhs rupees.
What's the
Now,
difference between this data and the data provided on the government website, which we saw earlier?
गवर्नमेंट, हाँ, the basic difference is यहाँ पे गवर्नमेंट के डेटा में you were unable to trace who were the exporters and who were the importers. When
Okay.
you buy this kind of data, which we call a custom data, you will be able to understand who are the importer, who are the exporter, where it was exported to. So you will get the importing country. You will also know what prices it was moving. And this kind of data you can access.
Okay. Got it.
But then again, as shared, accuracy is not more than 30-40%. So if you have 10 transactions, only 3-4 are say accurate, other all are fake, fraud, or incomplete or incorrect information. So let
Just
me
just
let
good
me
for a ballpark figure, but like completely depend नहीं हो सकते उस पे.
कंप्लीट डिपेंड नहीं हो सकते. मैं आपको वो डेटा दिखाता भी हूँ बिकॉज अपने पास अभी थोड़ा टाइम है. तो लेट मी check whether I do have that data. अगर मेरे पास है तो मैं भी बता देता हूँ. Let me show you one of my clients' data who was dealing with iron and steel kind of products. Okay, custom data. So May 24, 73 chapter. So this guy was dealing with say a rectangle bar, round bar, सलिया astral pipes जो आती थी उसमें वो ये बंदा
ओके.
डील. So let me check. ये ओपन हो रहा है. Yeah. Yeah. Can you see this Excel file?
Yes.
Right. So here I will just quickly show you how this data looks like. So exporter name, you have BMR Overseas Private Limited. So it's the Indian exporter because this is data from India. Country कहाँ पे किया? नेदरलैंड पे किया. कौन से प्रोडक्ट कोड पे? 8 डिजिट HSN कोड. प्रोडक्ट का नाम गैल्वेनाइज स्टील वायर रोप एज पर इनवॉइस. ठीक है. क्वांटिटी तो 15 numbers. 400 kgs, 2000 kgs, 4760 kgs. Pricing per item rate. तो $1 per kilo
Per kg. Yeah.
पर केजी. सो यूरो में है तो 55,25,000 1111. यहाँ पे 33,000. इट इज एफओबी प्राइस इंडिया. इट कैन बी
Okay.
एफओबी मुंद्रा, इट कैन बी एफओबी जेएनपीटी, इट कैन बी एनी इंडियन पॉट. कंसाइनिंग. This is most important. Intercable international sale. So this is how the data looks like. So once I have this data and then I click this Google and I put up this party intercable. So this intercable exists. So this data is genuine. So if I click this, I will be able to open his website. Now, from the website, I will be able to understand whether this guy is kind of buying my product category or not. So wire cable दिख रहा है आपको?
जी.
Wire ropes दिख रहा है?
जी.
सो मुझे पता चल गया भैया मेरे प्रोडक्ट से मेरे सेगमेंट से ये रिलेटेड है. तो मानना है कि ये कुछ ना कुछ मेरे प्रोडक्ट से ही करता ही है. So
Okay.
now I have this contact details. I do have his address. I do have his phone number. I do have his email ID.
That's all.
अच्छा, मैनेजमेंट का नाम भी लिखा हुआ है इत्तेफाक से. कारजा मिलर मैनेजमेंट. तो कारजा म्यूलर को ईमेल करो और
बराबर.
उसको बोलो कि भाई वी आर इनटू दिस सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ परचेस का भी दिया हुआ है. अभी ये एक दिस इज लक. यू विल गेट दिस काइंड ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन 1 in 100. अदरवाइज नॉर्मल परचेस का इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं देते या मैनेजमेंट इंफॉर्मेशन इज नॉट अवेलेबल. बट
Yeah.
हियर इट इज अवेलेबल. तो इनको कांटेक्ट करो. सर वी आर काइंड ऑफ रिलेटेड टू योर प्रोडक्ट्स. We are dealing your product range. We have ISO. We have this showing the infrastructure. So can we catch up for a Zoom call? Can we catch up for a Google Meet, Teams Meet, or can we have a brief telephonic conversation of what we are into and how we can provide very good, effective business solutions for you? How you can reduce your cost with our products? How you can reduce your delivery time with our products? How you can increase your market capability, market share with our product. तो ये एक थोड़ा आर्टिस्टिकली उसको ये करके you try to get connected with the buyers. So once you have this kind of data, you can do some good things. अभी देखो, this is fake data. ये कोई buyer है ही नहीं भैया. Star Logistics. What is why a logistics company is going to buy nut bolt from someone? Does it make any sense? Absolutely no. So these are fake company. T-Rex we know it's a genuine company. John Deere I know is a genuine company. So that's the reason why I shared that a lot of data would be fake. A lot of data 30-40% से ज्यादा इसका ये नहीं है. To the order, to the order, to the order. Bank of Tokyo. Now why Bank of Tokyo is buying to buy my nut bolts and steel pipes? No, fake data. So this is how it works. So once you get this data, it's a very costly affair. But if your budget permits, you can buy this kind of data. But then the government has recently banned this kind of data. So most of the data in most of the countries are now not available. So you won't be able to fetch data from Middle East. But yes, since your market is into Nigeria and Kenya, African data is available. India data is not available. So once you have this Africa data, automatically you will get who is the buyer in Kenya and from whom he imported
Who is
from
buying
which
here?
country.
Yeah.
So Nigeria, Kenya, it makes sense. You can buy this data. Again, US data you can fetch. European data not available. China data not available. So once you touch this kind of data providing agencies, do ask them which kind of data is available, what is the cost of it, and you always ask for sample. कि भैया sample भेजो तुम्हारा data दिखता कैसे है? And then
Right.
you proceed further.
And this data is based on not product but the HSN code.
Yes, it's absolutely based on HSN code, and it is
Perfect.
normally from India. If you check, it is always available 8 digits, so it is so precisely available.
And with description as well. So description में तो finally लिखा ही है कि what actually
डिस्क्रिप्शन
the thing is.
मिलेगा, आपके प्रोडक्ट का स्पेसिफिकेशन तक मिलेगा.
Exactly, because
अगर
sometimes
अगर
one HSN code may have multiple products as well, and you are not dealing with all of those products. You're just dealing with one of them. So
तो हाँ, तो
that's why.
उसमें तो उसमें आ जाएगा. फॉर एग्जांपल मशीन टूल्स, अभी मशीन टूल्स का एक ही एचएसएन कोड है.
हाँ,
मशीन टूल्स
exactly.
आर 2500 मशीन टूल्स.
Yeah.
सो वर्ल्ड कस्टम ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जिन्होंने ये वर्ल्ड को कोडिफिकेशन दिया है, एचएसएन कोड दिया है, वो बोलेगा इट इज इम्पॉसिबल टू गिव मी 2500 सब एचएसएन कोड. तो भैया इसके अंदर ही मैं एक बड़ा एचएसएन कोड डालता हूँ, उसमें ये 2500 प्रोडक्ट्स मशीन टूल्स के आ गए. So this is how precisely it works. So at times you get a very accurate information. जैसे इसमें मुझे मिल गया कि राउंड बार गया है, रेक्टेंगल बार गया है, गैल्वनाइज गया है या नहीं गया है.
जी.
अगर गैल्वनाइज नहीं गया तो उसमें लिखा है कि नॉन गैल्वनाइज. सो मुझे पता है कि नॉन गैल्वनाइज का प्राइस 100 है, गैल्वनाइज प्राइस 120 बिकॉज वो कोरोजन एक्टिविटीज के लिए मुझे वो पेंट या गैल्वनाइज करना पड़ेगा.
Yes.
So at times I am able to get precise information. At times I will get very raw information. So depending on your budget, wisely invest in this kind of activities. But हाँ, budget अगर बड़ा है तो मेरे अगर क्लाइंट 100 CR के ऊपर है और 2-3 क्लाइंट मेरे 150 करोड़ के हैं, जिनका प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी इज नेट प्रॉफिट आफ्टर ऑल पीएटी, प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स इज 25%, घर पे वो बंदा 25 करोड़ लेके जा रहा है, तो उनको तो मैं ये सब सजेस्ट करता हूँ कि भैया येलो वाला भी करो, नॉन येलो वाला भी करो. तुम्हारे लिए ये सब कोई मायने रखेगा नहीं. 1.5-2 लाख 2.5 लाख रुपए उनके लिए कुछ नहीं है. सो ऑलवेज रिस्पेक्ट योर बजट, है ना. तो ये करके करते हैं. एंड देन लास्ट इज अमेजोन पोर्टल के जरिए आप एक्सपोर्ट कर सकते हो. सो देयर इज ए वेबसाइट, मैंने यहाँ पे लिंक भेजा है, वो मैं शेयर कर दूंगा, sell.amazon.in. आपको उसको क्लिक करना है. यू नीड टू कॉल दैट एग्जीक्यूटिव, 1800 वाला नंबर जो अपना टोल फ्री आता है. एंड देन ट्राई टू, देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ possibilities when once you get in touch with Amazon. One is fulfillment by Amazon, another is fulfillment by merchant exporter. Always go for fulfillment by Amazon, because what happens once you export your product through Amazon, goods return policy, how you are going to 405, how you are going to manage, I don't know. Warehouse facilities, how you are going to manage. So let Amazon perform those kind of functions for you. It is a bit costly, but then most of the things are taken care of if your profit margins are very high. Because in this case, Amazon का profit margin रहेगा, forward margin, backward margin. They charge for listing, they charge for promotion, advertisement, marketing. They charge for your warehouse space. They charge for goods return का functionality. So उनका margin काफी रहेगा. So Amazon से करीबन इंडिया में there are 2 lakhs exporters who are associated with Amazon and who are exporting actively to 18 different countries while sitting in their office. They are not going to Netherlands or Germany, but yet the products are reaching out to those markets. Of course, now if you ask me यार 20 feet 40 feet container का अंकित कहाँ जाएगा, तो नहीं जाने वाला. How Amazon is going to send 20 tons of product online? तो वहां पे बल्क में नहीं जाएगा. बट देन यू हैव काइंड ऑफ स्ट्रेटेजी जहां पे, फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ योर मार्केट्स आर से यूएस, ठीक है. अब यूएस में आप कैसे जाओगे? यूएस में आप किसी को मिलोगे तो आपको बोलेगा मिस्टर पटेल, डिड यू डू एनी बिजनेस इन पास्ट ईयर? नो. You have something, your products are going into market of US, no. But if you are connected with Amazon, you can show them. So of course you also know, Mr. Peter, 20 tons कहाँ से Amazon पे बेचूंगा? But we are available in US market. We are available in California. We are available in Texas. You see the link and our products are listed over there. Correct? Of course, I can understand engineering products won't be going, but most of the agro products, spices या handicraft हो गया, handloom हो गया, furniture हो गया, आपका steel का छोटा मोटा product हो गया, machine tools हो गया, fasteners हो गया, ये सब products बेच सकते हो. Fruits, vegetables हो गया आपका, mangoes वगैरह करो, ये सब products अगर कर सकते हो तो. करेक्ट. आपका स्टेशनरी आइटम्स हो गया जो कैपेक्सिल के अंदर आता है. हाँ, टाइल्स वाइस वगैरह नहीं जाएगा, या अभी आपका वॉल टाइल्स, फ्लोर टाइल्स नॉट गोइंग टू गेटिंग सोल्ड थ्रू अमेजोन. बट बाकी के प्रोडक्ट्स अगर हो सकते हैं तो एटलीस्ट यू हैव द स्ट्रेटेजी, या यू कैन शो योर प्रेजेंस via Amazon platform, and then you can contact us. We are already available through Amazon. We are just looking for bigger partners. We are looking for expansion phase, and we are looking for some alliance. That's the reason why we are in US. That's the reason why I have come all the way to meet you at your California office. Otherwise, we are doing good, pretty good on online platforms. So अगर इस किस्म के प्रोडक्ट्स हैं तो कर सकते हो. लेकिन अगर किसी का प्रोडक्ट बॉयलर है, किसी का प्रोडक्ट फर्नेस है, मेल्टिंग फर्नेस, हीटिंग फर्नेस, वो अमेजोन से नहीं जाएगा. So these are all cost investment requirement है जहां पे आपको ये करना है. On your left side, friends, relatives and foreign countries, अगर आपके कोई touch point है तो you can easily rope in your friends and relatives, your cousins or something. If you can make some commissioning agent, or as a basic touch point कि यार मार्केट का देख ले क्या होता है क्या नहीं, कैसे, who are the key influencers, how this product is getting sold in that market. नाइजीरिया में मुझे या 3 लोगों से मिला दे यार. Since you are there for last 1 year, I don't want to waste your time. You just get me 3 persons who can get me through this business, and then you can give some cut or commission or royalty to that particular cousins of your friend of yours. Yellow pages is very interesting. Exhibition trade fairs, येलो पेजेस का मैं दिखाऊंगा यहाँ पे. पार्टिसिपेंट एग्जीबिशन ट्रेड फेस्ट मैंने ऑलरेडी उसका जिक्र कर चुका हूं, बट आज के दिन में उतना ही मैं बता सकता हूं कि बिकॉज ऑफ टाइम कंस्ट्रेंट्स. ईपीसीस का मैं बता चुका हूं कि एक्सपोर्ट प्रमोशनल काउंसिल से यू कैन गेट मेनी ऑफ योर inquiries, trade inquiries through them, right? So we talk about second point, yellow pages, we talk about search engine, and we talk about sixth point, which is very important, Indian embassy, correct? So let me take you to this aspect. So I will just click yellow pages with just for any random example. Can you see this yellow pages getting open? Yeah.
Yes.
यहाँ पे for an example spices करता हूँ. Spices manufacturer suppliers, and I click this. Now, without a single penny, without moving out of my office, I have 300 companies who are manufacturers and suppliers of spices or condiments based out in Vietnam. मैं इसको थोड़ा zoom करता हूँ. Correct. So these people are definitely into spices. They may buy from you, they may buy from me, they may not buy from me. That is secondary, tertiary. But at least they are into this business, which I am sure that they are dealing with what kind of spices. So they are dealing with the plant-based vegan dipping sauces, seasoning powders. Seasoning powders में आपका आ गया garlic, dehydrated garlic powder, dehydrated onion powder, dehydrated fruit powder, and so on and so forth. So I have 300 different companies. Now I do have their website as well. So nothing doing, I'm just clicking their website. I'm just showing you one. I won't be able to show much websites because of the limited time frame. So here you have their website, and then you try to find their contact over here. Here you have email ID. Yes, no? Correct. So you can put an email across to them, mentioning your website, mentioning your catalog, your product catalog, a brief email of introduction. You can send it across, right? Easy. And here you can see the product list: fish sauce, vegetarian seasoning. Okay. Fine. Yellow pages clear. So all countries essentially have yellow pages. So for an example, yellow pages, we can click Kenya. So you have Kenya. In few countries, they call it white pages. In few countries, they call it business directory. So you just change that prompt or in your Google search, and you will be able to come up with the information. Correct. So here they are digital directories. Nairobi edition, Coast edition, e-directory. So you can find all different types of companies over our products, solutions, right? So here, if I want to find directory, and here, if I put construction, say I click this C, so it is construction. All categories: cable, camping equipment, carbon, carpet, and rugs cleaners. You will find anything, everything related to this. Chemicals. So if I click chemicals, I will be able to find which are the companies in Kenya dealing with chemicals, Euro Industrial Chemicals. And then they have their website. You click this website. Contact us. They have their product listed over here. You have this information over here. You have their phone number. Try to get in touch with this email ID. So not a single penny spent, and you have a list of buyers who are essentially dealing with your kind of product in that particular market. So you have 7 countries, 10 countries, you have 7 directories or 10 directories. Even if you are able to find 50, 100 people in this, you have a database of more than 2000 players. So for an example, 50 from Yellow Pages, 50 from Embassy of India, 50 from Trade Fair Exhibition, 50 from Google Search. You have 200 database in a country like Kenya, and you have 10 countries, you have 2000 database. So if I put here dealers of chemicals in Dubai, so I'm not sure how you do your Google search, but I do in this particular way. So these are the chemical companies in UAE. Normally, we only stick to one page, but when you click this more pages, you will be able to find a huge database over here, right? Now, you click this website, for an example, Reda Chemicals, you will find what they are doing, in which product they are doing, what is their network, and what is their contact details. You have contact details? Yes. management@redacam.com. Of course, it is a very generic one, but then at least you have something to touch upon. Now, what you do is ideally you make a database out of this. So for an example, I will show you my database. It's very simple. You just maintain your Excel file. You need not have your sophisticated ERP, Salesforce, or those kind of formats. So here I have made a database for one of my client who is dealing with AODD pump. I have used the same formats which I was just shown you. So here KSA is Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. You make this 4 columns: serial number, prospect name, contact details, what business they are into. I mean, they are dealer, distributor, wholesaler, stockist, manufacturers, OEM, white labeling, private labeling. What you will be easily able to trace this from their website, their profile, and remarks, email sent on this. You have Egypt, same format. So for last 24 years, I have only one format. Name, company, ये मोबाइल नंबर दिख रहा है आपको, ये मोबाइल नंबर पे मैंने इनको कांटेक्ट किया है +20. ये बोल्ड है इसलिए मोबाइल नंबर है, ये बोल्ड है इसलिए मोबाइल नंबर है. नंबर 3 बोल्ड नहीं है इसलिए इसका मोबाइल नंबर नहीं है. तो यहाँ पे उनका बिजनेस, पंप सप्लायर्स एंड ईमेल सेंड ऑन दिस. सो आउट ऑफ दिस आई थिंक 20 कंपनीज मुझे जो बोल्ड में दिख रहा है, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 10 out of 20 in Egypt are available on WhatsApp. तो उनको व्हाट्सएप के जरिए आप अपना एक छोटा सा मैसेज बना के भेज दो उनको कि आई एम अंकित मजुमदार फ्रॉम दिस कंपनी, आवर प्रोडक्ट्स इज दिस, आवर बिजनेस इज दिस, वी आर लुकिंग फॉर business partners, collaborators, we are looking for business alliance in your country, and we can also consider you for the exclusivity if we consider MOQ, minimum order quantity, ऐसा कुछ करके छोटा सा व्हाट्सएप बना दो, and then start sending less than 1 or 2 MB file through WhatsApp. प्रोडक्ट का ब्रोशर बना दो. Very simple. I am doing this for last 24 years for all my clients and for any of their products. Correct. So yellow pages is one. Another is Indian Embassy. Indian Embassy में कैसे contact करोगे? Indian Embassy. Tell me any embassy you want to get in touch with.
जर्मनी.
जर्मनी. वेरी ठीक है. इंडियन एम्बेसी. सो कभी कभी इसको इंडियन एम्बेसी आप लिखोगे तो इंडियन एम्बेसी मिल जाएगा, कभी कभी आपको कॉन्सुलेट जनरल ऑफ इंडिया मिल जाएगा, कभी कभी आपको हाई कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया मिलेगा. तो सब एक ही है, सब एक ही. ये सब अपने ही इंडिया के नुमाइंदे, सरकार के नुमाइंदे वहां पे हैं जो हमारे लिए हमको वहां पे सपोर्ट करते हैं. वहां पे किसको कांटेक्ट करोगे और क्या पूछोगे? सो यहाँ पे आप कांटेक्ट करोगे ओनली ट्रेड कॉमर्स के बंदे को. ठीक है. एम्बेसी विंग, इकोनॉमिक एंड कॉमर्स विंग, कॉन्टैक्ट. ठीक है. मैं इसको कांटेक्ट करता हूं. Mr. Dinesh, Economics and Commercial Representative, email com.berlin.mea.gov.in. ठीक है. ये मिल गया मुझे. इनको मैं ईमेल क्या करूंगा? मैंने यहां पे लिखा हुआ है, आपके फॉर्मेट में ये मिल जाएगा. ये हेलो श्री दिनेश XYZ, कॉन्सुलेट जनरल, हाई कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया, उसका जो भी, जो इंडियन एम्बेसी है, कॉन्सुलेट जनरल ऑफ इंडिया, जोहान्सबर्ग. दिस इज फॉर्मेट. अभी ये कोई दुनिया का सबसे बेस्ट फॉर्मेट है? नो. बट इससे काम चल जाता है? आंसर इज यस. इससे ज्यादा लिखने की जरूरत है? आंसर इज यू जस्ट नीड टू मेंशन व्हाट यू आर. आई मैनेज इंटरनेशनल बिजनेस फॉर xyz.com. XYZ Limited is ISO फला फला. My HSN code always mentions 6 digit HSN code 690022, क्योंकि इंडिया में, चाइना में कंट्री स्पेसिफिक 8 डिजिट्स है. Otherwise, world over, it is always 6 digits. So always mention 6 digits. Sir, we are planning to expand our business globally. I request you to share list of importers, wholesalers, distributors in South Africa for our floor tiles. ऐसा करके उनको भेजो. And then what kind of information you get? मैं आपको दिखाता. So you will understand कि ये बंदा प्रैक्टिकली भी यही चीज करता है. ये कोई थ्योरी नहीं है. कहने का मतलब ये है. So let me check this. ओके. एम्बेसी डेटा दिख रहा है. जर्मनी का डेटा दिख रहा है आपको. इंपोर्टर ऑफ टी. अभी ये जर्मनी है. देख, यही बंदे को मैंने लिखा था फॉर माय क्लाइंट इन 2022. अब उस वक्त कोई बंदा अलग होगा, दिनेश नहीं होगा, कोई और होगा. वी डोंट नो कि क्या था क्या नहीं करके. तो यहां पे क्या लिखा है मैंने? अच्छा, उन्होंने कैसे इंफॉर्मेशन दिया है देखे. कंपनी नेम, सिटी, फोन नंबर, ईमेल आईडी, वेबसाइट. ये 4 कॉलम इज गिवन बाय इंडियन एम्बेसी बर्लिन जर्मनी. इट्स नॉट माय कंट्रीब्यूशन. My contribution is only this remarks. Email sent on this, email sent on this. क्योंकि each and every contact detail shared by embassy, I need to even cross check. वो कंपनी बंद पड़ी है, नहीं पड़ी है, अपने काम की है. Does not deal with tea. It doesn't deal with my tea. I am not going to put any email. So I'm not going to waste this time and my time as well. Does deal with tea. Does not deal with tea. Does deal with coffee. Not relevant. तो इनको email नहीं करूंगा. So how many companies they have given? 72 companies. उसके अलावा दूसरा मुझे टी डस्ट. there are 2 products. One is tea, one is tea dust. Another 42 companies. So 40 plus 70, 110 companies Embassy of India Berlin has given to me. तो वो सब डिटेल्स यहाँ पे आ जाएगा. एक ही एक्सेल, एक ही ओनली वन एक्सेल फाइल एंड यू हैव 10 डिफरेंट कंट्रीज. खत्म. मुझे दूसरी एक्सेल फाइल बनाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. This is how you manage in a very simple way. Correct? So That was all about Indian Embassy, which was very important. So I think I also mentioned quickly, I will go through it. I also mentioned how you write an email to your buyer. So this is just an example of I will be sharing through the uh, study material. How to check the whether buyer is genuine. You just visit his website, understand from what email he is doing, whether he is associated with local bodies, how he is doing in the local market, and these are the areas. I am not won't take the product sample uh, at this point of time, but then you will receive this in your study material. So this is how you understand all five aspects. Friends, relatives, yellow pages, participation, trade for exhibition, EPC will give you trade inquiries, and search engine. So in search engine, what we do is we only find one keyword: dealers of tiles in UAE. You also put distributor, you also put wholesaler, you also put importer, you also put stockist, right? And then you will find a jumble of information. And when you create this database, you have a database of at least 200, 250 companies or buyers, prospect buyers, because technically they are not buyers. So we call them prospect buyers in that particular country. Multiply by 10, you have a database of 1500, 2000 database. Correct? So I think that's all from my side. Any queries regarding the particular slide? We can have one or two questions.
So in the meantime, we can also, while we go through this Q&A, we'll also launch a poll. Poll basically it's a feedback form which we usually do in the end of the program, end of the session. So you can continue have a conversation, but please in the meantime just take 30 seconds and uh, fill your feedback form for the session.
Perfect. Now,
Yeah. But honestly, Ankit are very enlightening.
good. Thanks a
Uh,
lot.
I don't know. I'm sure there was a lot of conversation happening around there, and I'm sure everybody was must be noting down the websites and everything. Which anyway, we will share this
Of
presentation as
course.
a PDF,
True. True.
so you can refer it later.
G.
But I am sure even I was trying to do some research on multiple things by myself
Good.
while attending this session. So it was pretty you know an eye opener for me at
Good.
least.
Thanks.
Okay, so uh, participants, if you have any question in particular slide or anything, we can have a question right now. Else we can close this session. Any last words, sir, for the cohort?
That's absolutely perfect. I think the participants now would be much more confident that they can do a lot of things by themselves, even without spending single penny. The ways which we now we understand the logical way of forming the export strategy. So first comes selection of market, then finding the buyers and how to find the sources of buyers. So I think I'm wishing them all the very best for the future endeavors.
Thank you so much, okay, sir, for your time. And in this short time, 2 hours,
Ji.
I was wondering how we'll cover a lot of ground. I think because you kept it very practical, we were
Ji.
moving across the websites, and we are not giving them the data, and they go, they definitely do it. But
True.
it was very, you can relate it better when you see it how it is, how you were
Correct.
moving around and pulling out things.
True.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much
Thanks.
for
Thanks a
your
lot. Thank you.
session,
Thank you.
and thank you, all of you. We'll close the session for
Yeah.
today and see you in the next session. Thank you so
Thanks
much.
a lot. All the
Thank you so
best. Bye
much.
bye. Bye
Bye.
now.